This is Friday Blind School, an event where middle and high school students help assist blind students by teaching them English. This not only enriches the blind students with the English knowledge, but also increases the chances for them to be successful in the future. We will hear from people that were willing to share their knowledge for this project.
The Blind School Project started as a result of my going to the Taipei School for the Blind and the Deaf, which were the same school, 39 years ago, I guess. And then eventually they divided the school so that the blind school was in one location and the deaf school is still where the blind school used to be. And so, having known the people at the blind school, especially Mrs. Helen Hung, who's a teacher there, who's now retired, Helen Hung saw me probably close to 20 years ago to ask would there be any interest in students at TAS tutoring at the blind school. And the person who took the challenge was a girl named Heather Chen. And Heather Chen actually established the program, and Heather graduated about 1996 or 1997. So the program has been going now almost 20 years. Anybody who has patience and who has Friday nights free and who decides that he or she's committed to helping on a regular basis is all that's required.
Most FPS teachers have to be patient. It's patient because most students don't understand English that well, and teaching them could be a problem at times.
Students are perhaps not as patient. They can't understand as well as normal people. So the first thing is you need a lot of patience because it's very easy to just become stressed because your student doesn't learn something. But a lot of times people learn that if you just repeat things over and over again, eventually the student will understand. So you just need that patience, and you just need to persevere and just don't give up, and you'll see a lot of progress. So that's one of the most important things I look for.
I think every tutor and every student have has different goals. Overall, we hope that each student that we're tutoring will be able to have good enough English that he or she will pass the content examination with the score on the English helping to boost everything else so that he or she gets into college. So I think historically that's been our goal. Other goals of the TS student is to make a friend, and I think that's also one of the goals of the blind student, to have a new friend, to experience the sharing.
Well, I just wanted to become really good at English, do well in school, overall, because I asked them about everything else in school, and I hope they can get into the college that they want to go to.
Friday Blind School is something really worthwhile. You can actually see people improve on their scores. Like my student last year, she was one of the few students who got into a college, and actually being able to give these disabled people the chance to have a proper education is something that is inspiring.
Because I want to share English ability with my students, and it is really good opportunity to help my students about English because they're blind but they're willing to learn English, and I can help them. Also, I can be friends with them, and then so I can share thoughts and then become friends.
One girl, as a 7th or 8th grader at the Taipei School for the Visually Impaired, on the first lesson she cried. She was so scared about learning English that she just actually cried, and she was really a nervous wreck. And eventually, by the time she was a senior, she got the award for having the best English. And so I just think that that was a credit to her tutor, that was a credit to her endurance and perseverance.
First of all, I entered Orphanage Club, and so I didn't know much about the events in the Orphanage Club. So I realized we had to do some events or Changi outing, but then none of them really struck me like blind school. It was oh, it's a nice opportunity to get to know a lot of people and improve my Chinese and improve others' English speaking skills. So I was just really interested, and as it turns out, it was a good decision.
Everyone should join FBS. it's always a good experience being a teacher. It's quite a fun thing, and you actually get to learn a lot of things about like the surroundings. Like you get to know your community a lot better. 消防员怎么讲？不会，谢谢。Thank you. Fire 是什么 ？Fire 是你要把我们开除，是不是？
I think that the kids I have most respect for, oftentimes at TAS, are the kids who do the blind school project because they really have a passion for doing it. I think that the chairpersons also, whether it's Justin Wong or it was Heidi Sayo or today it's James Guok, those are amazing people to coordinate this kind of program. You never know when somebody's going to be sick at night and not be able to tutor. You never know if everything is going to go smoothly when everybody's tutoring. Using 85 people every Friday night, that's a massive number of people to be coordinating. And I think that James Guok and Justin Wong and Heidi Sayo, and I can go back, many, many people, Christina Huang, so many people who are really super good at that job. In my opinion, they are really, really super people. And so my respect goes out to every one of them.
Friday Blind School is not only beneficial to many of the blind students, but the teachers themselves can generate a bond between their students and share wonderful experiences with one another. Friday Blind School will continue on, assisting students at the Taipei School for the Visually Impaired.